What's up, guys? Back here with a collection update for you. I don't have anything playing in the background, so I'm not even going to bother with that. So, this is a bit different of a collection update. I have one metal CD, and that is it. And then the rest is not metal. So, I apologize in advance if that is of absolutely no interest to you. Uh, I wanted to go through this stuff because I feel like I got a lot of cool stuff in this one that is not metal. So, like I said, fair warning, mostly not metal. So I'm just gonna go right up and into it. The one and only metal CD I got in this fat stack is Power of the Night by Savatage. This is their 1985 album release, the one that came out right before Hall of the Mountain King. Actually, 2 years before. I'm an enormous Savatage fan. This is pretty much one of my go-to bands. Anytime I'm in the mood for anything like this, top shelf stuff. You guys have all heard it. Now, no more metal from here on out. So, see you next time. If you don't care. So this next one that I got here is a soundtrack. I am collecting all of these. This is Star Wars Attack of the Clones Episode 2. I'm a full-on Star Wars geek. Big fan. You guys have never seen it, but there's a bookshelf there with, I would say, every bit of 70 Star Wars novels on it. I'm an enormous fan. Always have been. There's quite a bunch of Star Wars stuff in my room. But you know, these are super epic soundtracks that you can't really argue with. They're super good stuff. Next, I got this fat stack of Towns Van Zandt CDs. For those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, he is my favorite songwriter of all time. And I worked multiple days of overtime a couple weeks ago. So I was like, well, it's money I pretty much wouldn't have had otherwise. So pick up some stuff. So I ordered 6 of them from the old Fat Possum Records, and then I filled in the rest of the gaps on Amazon. So the first one I got here is In the Beginning by Towns Van Zandt. This is some demo material of songs that would go on to and songs that did not make it onto his first album For the Sake of the Song in 68 or 69, I don't remember. This is a demo version of that stuff. Really good. Good stuff. Next, I already have For the Sake of the Song and Our Mother the Mountain. So this is Towns Van Zandt by Towns Van Zandt. His his third full-length record. You know, this is a 100% perfect album. Definitely. Next, one of my new favorites, High, Low, and In Between. I have Delta Mama Blues over there, which would be in between that one and this one if I remember the chronology correctly. That came out in 72. This is also from 72. This is the late, great Towns Van Zandt. I was reading some liner notes stuff. If you notice, this is a jewel case, not a digipack. This is out on Tomato Records. Yeah, this is a really good song, a really good set of songs. The song German Mustard is kind of like the slide blues, kind of the Lightning Hopkins deal. He does the song Fraulein, which when I play quite a bit. Honky Tonkin' is on here. If I Needed You's on here. Sad Cinderella, Snow Doesn't Fall. Poncho and Lefty's on here. Good stuff. Next, recorded live 1973, live at the Old Quartet, Houston, Texas, Towns Van Zandt. Long set. I shouldn't say super long. It's actually only, I don't know, I'd say it's less than 30 tracks. I don't feel like counting them all out. They're not numbered. By the way, anybody who does this crap, number your song tracks, or your track listings in your songs, please. Great stuff. There's a live version of She Came and She Touched Me on here, which is really, really good. Tecumseh Valley, there's another one. I'm a huge fan of the Our Mother the Mountain record. It's by far my favorite Towns record, but he's never put out a song that I didn't think was amazing. This is a living room recording from 1973, and this was released last year. This is Sky Blue. This one is out on Towns Van Zandt Records with Fat Possum Records. I read that right. Really like this disc art. Looks like something Satanic War Master would do, minus Homeboy wearing a cowboy hat. But, you know, we'll see what Werewolf's up to for the next record. Next, Flying Shoes, 1978. Last record of the 70s for him. And last record for a multitude of years, actually. I believe 9. I actually have only heard this one time, but I know the Rex's Blues on here. I know No Place to Fall, Loretta, Snake Song, good stuff. This is the next record after that. This is 1987. This is Townes Van Zandt at My Window. You can tell he's substantially older in that photo. Best song I think on here is Buckskin Stallion. Gone Gone Blues is good stuff. Again, Digipack or Jewel Case. And the last full-length record Townes put out is No Deeper Blue. He's getting old and he's getting haggard and he's getting sad. He suffered with many years of addiction. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that glass is straight vodka, judging by all of the things that I've heard about him. Yeah, Blaze's songs on here, Going to Memphis, stuff like that. Cowboy Junkie Lammet. Alright, now that I spent most of the video on Townes Van Zandt, this is My Morning Jacket's Okonokos. I don't know. It's a live album. It's really good. They open the song, or they open the set with Wordless Chorus. If you're a My Morning Jacket fan, you know that is a top shelf song. It's a really, really good set. I showed this to my girlfriend and she liked it quite a bit. She likes kind of classic rock stuff and pop punk and some classic punk, so slowly but surely she'll be listening to Archgoat soon enough. Next is Asleep at the Wheel, with their debut album, Asleep at the Wheel. I didn't think I would find this, especially where I live. I do live in a rural area, but that also means that I have to drive down into the suburbs to go to record stores, of which you would not expect to find Western Swing at. Next, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Natty Dread. I'm trying to collect all the Bob Marley and the Wailers stuff. I'm a huge fan, have been for many years. Fun fact, my parents got married in Jamaica because they have a similar appreciation of Jamaica and, you know, this kind of stuff. They are also big reggae fans, so I got that from them. But, you know, Lively Up Yourself, Natty Dread, Rebel Music, No Woman, No Cry. There's a weird version of No Woman, No Cry, but most people are used to hearing the live version. This is the studio version. It's got this weird, it's got a weird feel to it. Next, Nick Drake's Time of No Reply. This is a rarities thing. A bunch of unreleased stuff. Hello, Jesse. My dog's trying to make his way over here. Nick Drake is kind of this eclectic, artsy folk kind of guy. I know he... I feel a sneeze coming on, sorry. I know he died really young, and he apparently was a very depressed human being, which usually makes for really good music. He had 10 previously unreleased tracks, including 7 completely new songs, plus 4 lost session tracks. Nick Drake. Really artsy-fartsy stuff. Next, Willie Nelson, To Lefty from Willie. This is just a collection of, from 1977. Willie Nelson playing nothing but Lefty Frizzell songs. You know, Railroad Lady, She's Gone, 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 I Never Go Around Mirrors, Mama and Dad's Waltz, stuff like that. Next, one of my favorite singers of all time, by far, Emmylou Harris. This is her album Angel Band from 1987. It's kind of this folk, all-acoustic, bluegrassy gospel record. Really atmospherically awesome. It's really front porch music type stuff. And this is Red Dirt Girl by Emmylou Harris. This is from 2004. Useless slipcase, per usual. I loathe them. I heard one track off of this, and it is not what I am used to with Emmylou, but nonetheless, I am filling in the collection. Next. Ooh, good stuff here. This is a cool score. This is a Bob Dylan and the band, The Basement Tapes. This is like the real recordings of Bob Dylan and the band in the basement of Big Pink, working together on some of Bob's stuff, and I'm sure the band was working on their own records and all that. It's awesome. It's kind of like one of those rarity tapes from, like, you know, a supergroup all in the studio together. So that's really cool to have. Speaking of Bob Dylan and the band, this is Before the Flood 1 and 2. This is a live album from 74. It's like 2/3 Bob Dylan songs and 1/3 of the band songs, even though some of the band songs are Bob Dylan songs, but he lets the band sing them, which in my opinion is a serious upgrade from what he's attempting to call singing. Next, Bob Dylan's Bob Dylan. Debut album from 64? 66? I think it's 64. You know, you guys have probably heard all this. Pretty Peggy-O, Highway 51, Gospel Plow, Freight Train Blues, stuff like that. Last Bob Dylan. The times are changing. You know, everybody knows this one. It's a classic record. I believe this is from '66. I'm a very new Bob Dylan fan. Honestly, I've thought most folk singers can blow him out of the water, which is probably an unpopular opinion, but whatever. So next thing I got, I'm finally starting to fill in my Dead collection. This is Anthem of the Sun. Kind of earlier Dead, I think. Was it 71? I thought it was later than that. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's Fat Pig Pen. So it's early. Yep. It's got Alligator on here. The other ones. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard it if you're a Deadhead. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Four-Way Street live album. All four of them up on stage, just jamming some stuff, you know. If you guys couldn't tell, my taste has become very folk-based. But, you know, this is a top-shelf record. Stephen Stills does a really good, iconic version of the song Black Queen on here. This is really awesome. Cowgirl in the Sands on here. Cinnamon Girl, Neil Young doing Cinnamon Girl and Down by the River. Really good stuff. Yeah. And Graham Nash's Songs for Beginners. This is Graham Nash's debut solo album from 1971. I mean, come on now, it's Graham Nash. What do you guys want me to tell you? One of the greatest harmony singers of all time. Speaking of great harmony, this is Skaggs and Rice. Ricky Skaggs and Tony Rice. Skaggs and Rice. This is just Ricky Skaggs with his mandolin singing harmony and Tony Rice playing guitar and singing lead. Lots of bluegrass traditionals, Baptist traditional hymns, stuff like that. Very much so front porch music. Good stuff. Next, this is Fifth Dimension by the Byrds. The Byrds is kind of this like psychedelic-y kind of country rock band from the late 60s, early 60s, or mid 60s. You know, Graham Parsons was in here, Roger McQuinn, who went to be, you know, pretty much this is the Flying Burrito Brothers before the Flying Burrito Brothers. Yeah, good stuff. They do Hey Joe on here. I Come and Stand at Every Door. Good stuff. Next, the Byrds with Dr. Byrds and Mr. Hyde. Another great country rock record. Definitely a little bit more straight up country. Drugstore truck driving drugstore truck driving man. The Wheels on Fire. My Back Page. Bad Night at the Whiskey. Good stuff. Next is Blue Clear Sky by George Strait. George Strait is actually my biggest collection of CDs. I am creeping up to like 25 different albums of George Strait. This is another one to fill in. Next, Desperado by the Eagles. I've been on this kind of country rock kick, and I finally got into the Eagles. And I know that there's like, at least in my locale, all the metal guys are like, the Eagles are the biggest joke to them, which is, I don't know, I think it's funny, but I love the Eagles, so whatever. Saturday Night's on here, Tequila Sunrise. The song Desperado, Bitter Creek. Good stuff. Yeah, it's 72 if I remember right. Next is A Brighter Day, Volume 1 by Ray Stevens. He's the guy who sings like the Mississippi Squirrel and stuff like that. It's kind of like joke country. Next is Ernest Tubb and Justin Tubb. Him singing with his dad some duets like Hank Jr. did. Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys, featuring Tommy Duncan, Hall of Fame. You know, Western Swing, the man behind it. I just touched the bottom of that CD and that bothers the crap out of me. Wow, I just wrote a song right there. Alright. Vince Gill's Souvenirs. Another hole in my collection. Trying to get some Vince Gill stuff in here. Jim Reeves' 2 albums being Moonlight and Roses and The Jim Reeves Way. Early albums, early 60s, you know, baritone, male voice country music. And last is Cream's Disraeli Gears. Classic psychedelic record. The second best thing Clapton ever did right after Layla and Assorted Love Songs. So, that'd be it. I gotta keep it under 15 minutes. So, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Keep it greasy.